For more than 20 years, CTV has captured the moments that matter in our community. From our studios in St. Clair, you're watching Focus with Paul Dingeman.
Welcome to another edition of the Focus program. We've got a great lineup of people coming today to talk to you about what's happening in the wonderful Blue Water area, Marine City, St. Clair. And let's begin really with a friend by the name of Susan Bennett.
Well, good afternoon, Paul. Thanks so much for having me back.
Executive Director. Well, always a pleasure to have you.
No, mine.
You are here to represent the wonderful Carnegie Museum up in Port Huron Museum. Lots and lots of fun things happening up there. And you've got a, how do you pronounce that?
Paleomania.
Paleomania coming up.
Subtitle, 4.6 billion years of fossil history.
Oh my God, oh my God.
And you know, we were closed for almost a year at the Carnegie Center while we had some structural and mechanical repairs done. And we opened about a week ago. And this is the first exhibit we've had in about 14 months. So it's kind of exciting. We've had a lot of people in the building because they're curious. Paleomania is a magnificent exhibit of over 100 different specimens of fossils.
Really?
Dating back to the dawn of time. And it's all done chronologically. And these fossils have been gathered from all over the world. They are plaster cast or resin cast because the originals couldn't be trusted in any museum.
Right.
But it is an incredible collection, and again, it starts with a piece of fossilized algae when the Earth first cooled and goes all the way up through amphibians and reptiles and birds and finally Homo sapiens. So
wow.
It's fascinating.
Yeah, it has to be.
And we have some full-size models of dinosaurs and velociraptors, but I don't want to say that it's a dinosaur exhibit because it's really about fossils and how life advanced over that 4.6 billion
years. Where did you get that kind of a display from?
There's a gentleman out of Texas, actually, that he spent 20 years collecting these, and he put them together in an exhibit. And a couple of weeks ago, he came to Port Huron. He spent 4 days uncrating and packing and unpacking and building displays. And there's not much you can touch in the display, even though it's a resin cast. It's still very, very valuable. But for us to be able to show that, especially our history with the Great Lakes and how the water and the glaciers are still right here, and we're enjoying it, this was something real interesting to bring. And again, I don't want to say it's a dinosaur exhibit, although they figure very prominently. This guy on our poster, he's right in the middle of the rotunda, and he's about as big as our table here, Paul.
Wow.
So it's really fun. Not only
on the screen, we got a picture of him.
Yes.
Go back to that for a minute there, Jared. There we go.
Yes.
So he's the one on the left that's in your lobby?
Exactly, in the main rotunda of the museum, and he's again as big as this table. Then the other little guy in the corner, that's actually a velociraptor. And it is a full skeleton, and he's hanging from the ceiling. And the other guy, the Triceratops, he is again huge. I wouldn't say almost life-size, but way bigger than I could handle. And he's in the other gallery. So, and they're plugged in along where they came in the evolution of life. So it's fascinating.
Oh yeah, those are great. While we've got some pictures going up there, we want to go back and look at what you've just completed. You had a process going, and if Jared will throw up those pictures, you can explain to us what's going on here. Any order. There you go. That's that.
Okay. Well, we haven't completed it.
Okay.
You know, we've been waiting a long time, months, in fact. But the Carnegie Center is a 1904 Carnegie Library. He built 1,700 of them across the country. That was his philanthropy, it has the last major renovation of it was 1972.
Wow.
So that's older than a lot of people listening, and certainly people in the studio.
Right.
So it was carpeted walls. It was horrible carpet, old, and just on a whim we took down some of those carpeted walls and uncovered some of the most amazing architectural features. Yes, that picture is from circa 1914, and that is our North Gallery. And you can see the beautiful windows, of which there are 5, and all of those were behind carpeted walls. There's a fireplace there that was also behind a carpeted wall. So when we took all of that down, and we took down the drop ceiling that was put in 1972, we found the original tin ceiling in remarkable shape. And it just gave us a whole new way to look at the museum. And certainly things have advanced in the way of to prevent rays of sun destroying the artifacts and such. So I understand why they did it in '72, but I'm thrilled to be part of the people who have torn it down in 2016. So we just announced our fundraising campaign, and we're doing okay. We had a wonderful gift a week ago from Dr. Nasser.
Yeah, I saw that in the paper.
And that puts us well on our way to our campaign goal of $250,000.
You got a great logo.
Thank you. Well, in that logo, some would look at and say, "Oh my gosh, that's Christmas," but it really isn't. That is the major design in all of those 1904 stained glass windows.
Wow.
So we have 10 of them actually all around the building, and of course the Carnegie Library is in the middle. We actually found pictures of the Taj Mahal, which many historians in our area know. That went from Port Huron to Detroit every day, and they had the same design in their windows.
Really?
So we're figuring it was kind of like today's welcome pineapple, where you had this beautiful green and red wreath, and that's something that isn't going to go back behind a carpeted wall.
No, absolutely.
No, so it's very exciting. So we've got a few months here of a fundraising campaign, and details are on our website, of course. And then we hope when Paleomania leaves us in early February, we hope to start the construction.
Later in this program, we've got two gentlemen coming in lederhosen.
I saw funny hats.
Funny hats, but they're nice guys.
Okay.
From St. Peter's Lutheran, and they're going to have an Ocktoberfest, but you are too. Talk to me about that.
We're having a Ocktoberfest.
Ocktoberfest.
This is the 6th one we've done, and it's a Ocktoberfest because we generally hop from one place to another. And this year we're pretty excited.
Is that because of the beer or what?
Well, it's a little bit of both. Sometimes we go to different sites because, as you know, the museum also has the Huron Lightship, the Edison Depot, and the Fort Gratiot Light Station.
You're hopping from...
We have hopped to there. We hopped to the Carnegie for Prohibition a couple of years ago. This year, because of its iconic status, we're going to go from the light station by bus to the new Sperry's movie theater.
Oh, okay.
And it'll kind of be a preview because I think it'll be probably 30 days before they open. And we'll just go down there and explore that for an hour or so, and then we go back to the lighthouse, the big tent, and have entertainment and a full dinner. So
wonderful.
That's the museum's fundraiser called Ocktoberfest.
Ocktoberfest.
Yeah.
Friday, October the 14th, starting at 5:30, and you can get more information on your website.
You certainly can.
Calling the museum, but you've just got a whole fall lineup of...
We do. We've got wonderful things. And back to Paleomania, about every other week, we've got a program put on by a professional or an artist or something related to the exhibit. This weekend, we've got a couple coming up with SC4 professors of both geology and archaeology, and we're going to eat like cave people in November. We're going to have a hot rocks dinner, and that's where you actually get meat or fish or whatever and cook it on a hot rock.
Oh my God.
And that's in conjunction with the Baker Culinary School. So that's just one of the many things that we do about every other week.
What a busy place.
It's very fun, and I appreciate.
And under your direction, I can see it still keeps
growing. I'm blessed to have wonderful people around me. It's not a team of one by any means.
Susan Bennett,
thank you for having me in, Paul. It's a pleasure to talk to you always.
You've got a breath of fresh air, and you always have some very, very interesting things happening.
Right back at you.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Speaking of those aforementioned gentlemen in their lederhosen, stay tuned and watch for that in a second. Presenting a wonderful place called St. Peter's Lutheran Church, St. Clair. Tom Demling and Mark Fisher, welcome to the Focus Set. It's here again.
Yes, it is. Thank you again for having us by this year, Paul. It's hard to believe it's already our 6th annual Ocktoberfest.
6th annual, my God.
Yeah.
Just great. We've got, let's throw some pictures up right away, guys.
All right.
We've got some pictures of previous events, and as soon as Gerald gets them up there, we can start talking. There we go. Look at that beautiful October day.
It's not guaranteed, but the good weather is in the schedule.
Mark said he's going to make sure the weather's
Mark is in charge of the weather.
Right.
I'm guaranteeing it personally, yes.
Good. What's next? Oh, look at those guys. They're having fun.
That's an example of the kids having a great time. A big part of the event is the fun and fellowship with all the families, the kids, etc.
Okay. Oh, even continuing in the evening.
The celebration, the outreach continues until, what is it, 10:30, 11 o'clock?
Actually, 11 o'clock this year, I think we're going till.
And as well as we have the beer tent open on Friday night as well for our cornhole tournament. I think there's a picture shows that.
Keep going.
This is just some of the tables that we've got set up. This is the people enjoying the beer and the food and so forth. Children's games, fun activities. We clear out and open up an entire area alongside the church.
Happy people there.
This is one of the shots from inside during the silent auction and so forth. That's inside the big tent. Oh, these are the pie eating contest winners.
Mr. Alley.
Yep, that's right.
He would be right there in front of the line trying to get some of that pie.
It might have been watermelon.
Might have been watermelon. Okay.
This is just a picture of some of the silent auction tables.
And that's your...
This is the cornhole tournament. This is what we've been doing for 3 years now. Boy, that's a ball and a real good. This is all a fundraiser, so that's one more way that since we have the tent going, we're able to do something else with the tent. Oh, this is Ted Pavlik and the Melody Makers. That's our polka band entertainment. They're great guys, and believe it or not,
been around a couple years.
They have been around a couple years, and they are extremely entertaining, and they have a lot of groupies.
Oh yes.
They do, yeah.
Yeah, they follow them wherever they go. Whatever.
They absolutely do.
Week after week.
They absolutely do. This is just some of the people. I think that's Julian Sullivan, actually, right there. He won a wood snow shovel.
A wood snow shovel.
It won't scratch your steps or something.
Oh, okay.
Anyway,
you still have to put your arm behind it.
Yes, you still have to put some energy into the activity.
Oh, Mark, tell me what your responsibilities are besides the weather.
Well, I'm the credit union guy, so of course they asked me to do the money.
Oh, right.
Yeah, of course, I'm the money guy. So normally what I'm doing there is one of the functions I serve is collecting money, selling tickets. We sell raffle tickets or 50-50. We do 50-50 drawings during the event, of course. And we're also at this point selling raffle tickets. Grand prize is $1,000.
Oh, beautiful.
Tickets are $5 a piece.
Beautiful.
So if you know, I'm selling them myself, and I think, Tom, you're selling them as well.
Absolutely.
So we're going around trying to sell those, and then we sell them during the event as well. So we do a drawing there for that. And I'm a good beer drinker during the event, too. Yeah, it's usually
You're a professional beer drinker.
Yeah, it's one of my functions during the event as well.
That's an important function.
I think so.
Normally, Tom is on the top of that list.
Yeah, I'm his assistant as far as that's concerned. So.
Yeah.
Talk to me about bratwurst and food.
Sure. Well, as you know, this event is all about outreach for the community. Part of the outreach is the fact that we have food available for everybody that comes in. We have a special made recipe for the knockwurst. Knockwurst, yes. And the knock is the sound it makes when it pops.
Oh, okay.
That means it's done.
I didn't know that.
That means it's done cooking, yes. And this recipe, you may or may not know, was specially developed by one Mr. Brian Neiman.
World famous.
In the kitchen there at Neiman. So it's specially produced. It's a one-time-a-year only production run.
Knockwurst,
yes. That's right.
I just like saying that.
We have strudel with ice cream. We have all these.
I'm getting hungry.
We have all the salted peanuts that you can have. They're conveniently located on the tables in the beer area, just for coincidence.
Just a coincidence to make you a little more thirsty.
Correct. Correct.
Well, we forgot to say where and when.
Well, absolutely. We can cover that. Would you like to cover that?
St. Peter's Lutheran Church. It's on the cornhole tournament is Friday, the 7th.
Yep.
And the main event is the next day, the 8th. It starts at, I believe, 2 o'clock.
On Saturday
it's 2
it
o'clock.
is actually 3 o'clock.
Okay.
And also on the cornhole tournament on Friday the 7th, the registration begins at 6 o'clock. So people come in, show up, and sign up for that. And then the games begin at 7 p.m.
Is there an age requirement or limit on the cornhole?
I believe it's 16
Okay.
for the cornhole tournament, and it's, I believe, $15 a player.
Okay.
And again, this is the whole purpose for this is that it is a fundraiser for our youth and family ministry.
Oh, good.
And in the last 5 or 6 years, our church has grown, and maybe in a small measure to our outreach with the Ocktoberfest, but that was the whole intent of this big party that we have for our community, is just for us at St. Peter's to reach out and invite people in to have a good time.
I think it was a Knockwurst. So
There may be one or two other points. Speaking of points, the silent auction and the raffle, that's a big thing. We have all kinds of prizes. There's baskets that people in our church put together. There's made in Michigan or Michigan products. There's barbecue baskets. There's sporting events, tickets.
Yeah.
There's night out baskets where there may be some gift certificates for a meal at a restaurant, and then maybe an event like movies or a play or something like that. There's also sporting, is the word paraphernalia?
Yep.
Memorabilia is probably a good one as
paraphernalia.
well. But we have a lot of that coming in, and some of those are autographed. I know we've got some Red Wing stuff this year. But the big thing is that our whole goal is to say hello to the community and have fun while we're doing it, and in the process, we're raising money and awareness for our youth and family ministry.
Beautiful. Congratulations on another great committee and it's a lot of effort to put on something like that.
It is.
And to be able to learn how to spell and pronounce Knockwurst.
And Lederhosen.
And Lederhosen, right.
Yeah.
That's right. They may make an appearance. They were
Your sets were at the laundry, right?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll
The
excuse
leather
you.
shop.
We'll excuse you this time, but next year we expect to see you in Lederhosen.
Gotcha.
Well, that's the date. It's October 7th and 8th, right? And we got the dates right. On 6th Street in St. Clair, St. Peter's Lutheran. We're back with 2 more guests in just a second. Well, joining us now from that busy metropolis of Marine City, Michigan, the executive director of the Marine City Area Chamber of Commerce,
That's right.
Eric DeLong. Eric,
Nice
to see you.
nice
Welcome
to see you
back to
again.
Focus Set.
Thank you.
You are here to talk to us about a shopping experience in Marine City and also all over the world, all the United States at least, called Buy Nearby. What's it all about?
Well, this was started by the Michigan Realtors Association.
Oh, the Realtor, great.
Yeah, so it's throughout Michigan, and they're encouraging people to buy nearby at their local businesses. So they started a hashtag, I Buy Nearby, and if you are out shopping the weekend of October 1st, so the 1st and 2nd, and you take a selfie in a local store or take a picture in a local store that you're shopping and hashtag I Buy Nearby, you're entered into a contest for a $500 gift certificate.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's exciting.
Yeah.
Encouraging everyone to shop in their local community.
We've got the flyer, if Jared will throw that up and people get an idea. That's what it looks like.
Mm-hmm.
Buy Nearby is the poster itself, and they're giving away, what's that, $4,000? No, I can't read from here.
Well, I think that talks about the amount of money raised when you buy locally for the community, yes, for the local economy.
Okay. So I don't have to fill out any forms, I just take a picture?
Yep, you take a picture and hashtag it I Buy Nearby. You can also, there is a Facebook event that you can go on Facebook and look for the Buy Nearby Facebook event, share it with your friends, let people know. Local realtors can share it as well, and just let people know to get out.
And I can enter as many times as I want?
Yes. Yes, you can.
Okay, and the other slide is coming up. There it is. Oh,
the
that's
Buy
a
Nearby
good looking logo.
Yes, yes.
And it's got a little bag, like the Michigan is like a bag. So that's cute.
Yes, absolutely. So
not a bad idea for a bag.
no,
Pretty
that is
expensive, though.
very cute. Well, and they do have different things available for local businesses. They can go to, I'll have to share it through the chamber, but they can go and actually get free posters and things like that to put up that weekend to encourage people to shop in their stores and share on their Facebook pages and through their websites too.
You and I talked about before you came on that you're going to be returning next week with Laura Scaccia, and you're going to be talking about what?
Pumpkins, popcorn, and politics.
I love the name of that.
Yes.
Pumpkins, popcorn, and politics.
Yes.
It certainly is very apropos for the month of October.
Yes, big event the weekend of October 15th and 16th, and I don't want to give too much away yet, but definitely go to pumpkinspopcornpolitics.com, check it out, and we will give you all the major details next week. So a lot of fun stuff.
Came down Sunday afternoon for the matinee at the Riverbank Theater. Place was sold out. Great audience, and as we left the theater at approximately 5 o'clock, downtown Marine City was just alive with people.
Oh,
wonderful.
Busy, so
Continues.
busy. Yes, yes. And we have such a great community. And just to let you know, something we just did recently, Kids in Distress is having a fundraiser on Saturday, and we put together a huge Marine City basket.
Wonderful.
And everyone we approached in the community donated, and so we'll be sharing a picture of that and everyone that donated.
Wonderful.
But I just want to give a shout out to our wonderful community for coming together, and everyone was on board and donated.
And that is so good to see one group helping another group coming together.
Absolutely.
Kids in Distress does such marvelous work, and they are always in need of money and support too.
Right.
So what a great idea to go together.
Yes.
That's super.
Yeah, so it was good. It was very good. So.
But this is October the 1st. All
and
day,
second.
first and second.
Yep, Saturday, Sunday.
And I can win a $500 prize if I take a picture of myself in a store.
Right.
Or outside.
And hashtag it #IBuyNearby, and then it will link to their contest.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Anything else today?
No, that's it.
Well, then you come back next week.
I will see you next week.
Or we'll
Thank you
report
very
you to the
much.
principal.
Right, exactly. Thank you so much.
Speaking of the next guest, we've got Amy Smith, friend and familiar guest here on Focus. She's next. Hasn't been here in a while. Amy Smith, welcome back. Always a pleasure to see you.
Good to see you too, Paul.
You are here to talk to us about a remarkable event that's happening the first part of October, October the 6th.
October 9th.
I'm reading upside down.
Sunday the 9th.
It's my anorexia.
There we go.
No, that's dyslexia, isn't it? Or one of those exias.
So whatever, yes.
October the 9th, at least we talked about the date enough.
There we go.
It's called the 5K Walk for Suicide Prevention. It's going to be at East China Park again. Had another name. We won't go into that. But now it's called this, and we are glad to have you here to talk to us about
Why,
it.
thank you.
Tell me about
thank you. Well, this is our 7th year of putting this walk on. For the first 5 years, it was called the Out of the Darkness Walk, which is affiliated with the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. And it was great. For us, it was all about providing support to survivors of suicide, getting the word out that there is help for people who may be struggling. The dollars that were raised, however, went back to New York, and research is all important, and there's nothing about that, but we needed dollars here locally to kind of put in suicide prevention programs in place.
Right.
So we decided, okay, let's take a year off. So we did, we rebranded, renamed, remarketed, and so last year was our kickoff year as the Walk to Remember, Walk to Prevent. So this is our 2nd year. It's always the 2nd Sunday in October. It's been down at East China Park since we started.
Great place to have it.
It is, because the park is just so beautiful, and knock on wood, every year, we've only had one really bad year, but the weather's cooperated, and it's just a great event. I know people are afraid about suicide, it has such negative connotation, But if you're a survivor, you feel so alone and isolated. And so this event, when you come to it, we have 200, 300 people that come.
Marvelous.
And so you see that you're not alone.
Right.
And that's really helpful. And we have a little kind of opening ceremony and then a balloon launch. And you can just feel the emotions change once people start walking, and we have music playing, and we celebrate the life of the loved one they lost.
And you have a garden there too, don't you?
Yes, we have a Survivors of Suicide Memorial Garden. And that came about because we've heard from so many survivors that because of the family rifts that sometimes suicide cause, they don't have any place to go to help reflect or to remember or to celebrate their life. So we created a garden down there, and it's looking towards the trees and things like that. And it's just a very quiet, safe, serene place to go and reflect on your loved one.
If Jared will throw up the web page, you have a web page that people can go to, and there it is there. So that's the walk to remember. What's just go to where to get to this?
It is, you can register online, and it's www.walk2remember.myevent.com. And you can register online. Anyone who registers and either pledges $20 or collects money, $20 worth, they get a free t-shirt.
Oh, okay, okay.
On the website also
Just like this one?
Well, it'll be different. This is last year's t-shirt, yeah?
Okay.
But the waiver's on there so they can read the waiver and sign it and put in what kind of shirt size they need, and they'll be good to go the day of registration, or the day of the event, I'm sorry.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah, so the event is free. So if you don't want to raise any money or don't want to pledge money, that's fine.
Come anyways.
Come anyways. We also have resources available. So if you know of somebody who might be struggling with depression or some other mental illness and struggling with the whole issue of suicide, then we've got resources that are available for them. Yep, come and find out. We also have the galley from Community Mental Health puts on a picnic lunch.
Oh my God.
So we have hot dogs and chips or chicken sandwiches and
wonderful.
a bottle of water for a donation.
Yeah.
So, yep.
So it all starts at noon, and when's the time? It's the food out? Noon?
Yeah, they have food available at noon if anybody needs it to start their walk.
Sunday, October the 9th, and at the beautiful East China Park. The leaves really haven't started by then, do they?
Sometimes they are. It depends. We've had one year that we were, it was so warm that the bees were very plentiful. We've had one year that it was it didn't rain, but it was cold and people were in hats and mittens. But other than that, it's been really nice. So dress for the weather.
But
it is all outside.
You warm your heart when you walk.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. And we've had people who, even if you can't walk, come and be a part of the festivities. The sheriff department give us their gaiters, and so we've even taken people out on the gaiters so that they can still walk and be a part of it. Okay. Yeah.
5K walk for suicide prevention right here in East China Park, October the 9th, starting at noon. It'll be a beautiful day. Amy, it's always a pleasure and an honor to have you here for the great work that you do.
Well, thank you for helping us promote it.
We're glad you come back every year. That's about it for this edition of the Focus program. Thanks very much for tuning in. Till next time, I'm Paul Dingeman. See you soon.
Thanks for watching Focus with Paul Dingeman. Focus is produced at the CTV Community Television Studios in St. Clair. For over 20 years, CTV has captured the moments that matter to our community.